Hello again and welcome to another edition of Southern Country. Hi, I'm Herb Southern and welcome to the show, my friends. On this show, I'm very happy to have Tim Rushlow. How you doing, Tim?
I'm doing great, Herb. How you doing, man?
We're here. Having
Good.
a lot of fun at the Colorado Cafe.
You bet, man. Looking forward to playing tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. We're looking forward to listening to you. All right, Tim Rushlow. It reinvents himself and his music. Explain what reinvent yourself means.
Well, I think really for me, I mean, as an artist that was a quote-unquote the lead singer or the frontman for Little Texas for over 10 years, it was important for me as an artist coming out on my own that I really make sure I knew who I am. You know, I wanted to find a way to make my pistons fit its own engine. I really didn't want to just take the time to throw a record out or take the time to do anything other than what was the best I had inside of me to make on an album. And so for me, that was songwriting. It was finding my own voice, you know, because in Little Texas, we were a real vocal group, a lot of harmony, and I really based my singing so that they could base those harmonies around that. Outside of that, I really wanted to make sure I knew who I was. I mean, I had labels wanting to do a record right away, and I said, you know, if you don't know who I am as an artist, I know you can't tell me who I am. Let's wait. Let me figure this out on my own, and then when I'm ready, I'll let you know. So we did that, and we spent 2 years working in the studio. Cut a record on Atlantic Records. David Malloy produced my album. Great guy, one of my favorite producers in the world. So it was a real dream for me to get to work with David, and just a great guy. So really excited. We got the album shipped to the stores. She Misses Him, of course, did well, and then the label shut down, which was a trip, you know. But that's Nashville. A lot of consolidation, record labels shifting around, and sometimes artists like myself get caught in the middle of that stuff. So you just have to be able to, in my opinion, be strong enough to swim upstream a little bit.
So Scream came into the picture.
Scream's actually a label that involves my manager and a bunch of my people in publishing that I've worked with for years. They had started a label called Scream Records for Jeff Foxworthy to put out a couple records on Jeff on his live touring album. And it was doing well, but they had no promotion staff, so we hired some of the promotion staff from Atlantic Records, brought them on board. We've reissued the album. It's now getting ready to ship again, the new album, now that it's officially on another label, and put it in the stores. It's got She Misses Him and Crazy Life and all the other songs on my album that are going to be singles, so we're excited to have it out.
Atlantic, if somebody has an Atlantic, it's going to be a collector's piece.
Yeah, actually, you're right.
Pretty much.
Yeah, if they can get a copy of that, they're doing well.
There you go. Hey, I read where it says, I'm a contemporary country performer, not traditional, not alternative. How did you know what you wanted to be?
Well, I mean, I gravitated towards contemporary country my whole life. I mean, I love Steve Wariner.
Oh, yeah.
Going back even further than that, I loved Conway Twitty. I liked Marty Robbins.
Oh, yeah.
Those artists were very contemporary in their day.
They were.
And they weren't hat-wearing artists. They were looked at as sort of a little on edge. You know, matter of fact, I remember when Conway Twitty had out Slow Hand.
Oh, yeah.
People were like, oh, I don't know about this lyric topic, and I don't know about this. It's not too country. And they bucked the system, and it worked for them. And they basically just stretched the market out to show that traditional country music and contemporary country music are really both country, and it takes both kinds to make for me to make the playlist the radio plays. So I'm a very contemporary country artist, and I gravitated later in life, besides Steve Wariner, to Ronnie Millsap, Eddie Rabbitt, Larry Gatlin, and all of those guys are very successful, you know. But that's I think I'm sort of a grown-up version in today's world of that when they were younger.
What's alternative music? What is that? Why did you find that?
I don't know what alternative is really. I mean, I know there's Americana, which I love. I love Americana.
What's that? I read an article.
I think that's more just. Well, I think it started with the Texas movement.
Okay.
You know, Charlie Robinson and Pat Green. Some big artists down there that do that, and now they've really come into the mainstream of country as well. And I salute them, and they're great artists.
Let's talk about your self-titled album, Tim Rushlow. What made you pick She Misses Him as your first single as a solo performer? Because it deals with Alzheimer's disease.
Yeah, well, what actually happened was we initially shipped When You Love Me, and we did a video on When You Love Me to the stores and to CMT and GAC and shows like yourself and everybody else out there. And then we pulled it back because She Misses Him. We wanted to get that out. So in putting out She Misses Him, the song just blew me away. All I can tell you is that it's a special song. I'm really proud of it.
You wrote it?
No, one of my friends, Tim Johnson, wrote the song, and it really, I think it slams home the idea of taking care of somebody you love when they need it the most. And yes, the song is about Alzheimer's, but it really is, I think, a broader song than just that, although I'm not discounting Alzheimer's by any means. It's a terrible disease. I think it really touches the core of America and the love that we have in our relationships with people, because so many of us are going to deal with having to take care of somebody we love someday. And that's the core of that song, and that's why the song ended up being a top 10 hit for 8 weeks straight.
Did I, or should I say, How have your years with Little Texas point you in the direction of a solo career? How did that help you get to where you are today?
Well, I mean, obviously it was how I started, you know. I mean,
Yeah.
the band, we had a lot of success, had a lot of fun. I love all the guys. We're still pretty good friends, so there's not any real animosity there. You know, we're all pretty close. I mean, I love them to death. How could you not? I've been with them forever. And the good news was, you know, we ended amicably. We all decided it was time to lay Little Texas down and move on. So, I mean, I cut my teeth on that, and I love the band, and I love everything about it. I still like to play a few of those songs on my show, and we'll always do that because it's a part of me still.
Oh,
you know?
yeah.
And it's a good thing. So,
Do you think it's harder to create a solo career or a band career?
I don't know. That's a real hard question. I mean, I've kind of done both now, but as an artist, sometimes I think it would have been easier to just be an artist that hadn't been in a group before, because you're not carrying around the idea that you came from that.
Right.
But at the same time, I'm happy to have come where I come from, so I salute that as well.
How does it feel to be up on the stage alone now?
It's kind of cool. It's a nice feeling. Well, I mean, it's, you know, sink or swim. It's my butt on the line here.
Yeah.
And I've got a great band I'm out touring with. These guys are real dedicated.
Good.
They're super guys, good friends. I come from a band mentality, so we have that. We have the camaraderie. It's not like it's Tim up front and the Buckaroos back there in the back.
Right.
They're a part of this with me, so I'm enjoying it.
Do you think the audience recognizes the name Tim Rushlow from Little Texas?
I'd say 50-50. You know, some are going to know me from the single or two I've had out. A lot of people aren't. So for me, it's a lot about connecting the dots still and reminding them, hey, yeah, I'm the singer from Little Texas, but here's what I'm doing now. I think that, you know, as I have more success, eventually they'll know me as Tim Rushlow.
Did you write any of the songs on this album?
Yeah, I wrote 5 or 6 of the, I think 5 of the songs on the album.
Did any of the Little Texas crew help you write any songs?
Porter Howell and I did some writing on the album. He actually wrote quite a few songs with me, and we still write quite a bit.
Where did the song "When You Love Me" fit into this CD?
Well, that was the first thing that I wrote with David Malloy, my producer, and with Porter Howell, and it's just a great song, man. I mean, you know, to me that's a relationship song or a relationship ditty that just deals with, you know what, life's gonna have its ups and downs. I'm gonna be stuck in traffic jams. I'm gonna have all kinds of bad things in life happen to me. But when you're loving me, and when we're on, nothing else matters. So I love the song.
Let's talk about Little Texas while we're on it.
Sure.
Going through it. That disbanded in 1997 after 6 years. You put 6 years in with Little Texas.
Actually, I'm sorry. Yeah, we started in '88, so we were almost 11 years total.
Right. But you had several number ones, top 10, 20, platinum, gold. You 3 What were the Grammy nominations? Remember them?
I know one of them was for What Might Have Been.
Oh, okay.
I think the other one was for God Bless Texas. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that was a kicker, wasn't it?
It did well.
CMT,
really well.
ACM, Radio Records. You had a lot of awards and a lot of nominations. With
We really
Texas.
did. We really did. We were very blessed, and I don't think at the time even we realized what was going on. We were just in the middle of this whirlwind and going, wow, this is cool.
This is cool.
And it was a nice feeling.
Enjoy it while enjoy
Sometimes
the ride.
ignorance is bliss, you know, when you don't know. So.
How did you grow as a band or individually from your first album, First Time for Everything, and your 5th album, Little Texas? How did you grow?
Wow, that's a deep question. I think we grew as men, from boys to men, and as individuals, as people, as husbands, fathers. I think we grew up together a lot, learned to love each other a lot more, forgive a lot more. I think it was a good time. You know, I love the guys to death. They're true bros, you know. I mean, I'd offer any one of them my house if they needed it. You know, I love them to death.
How did your song selection change from the first album to the 5th album?
It really didn't. You know, we always wrote our own songs. I think it was more about just evolving. I think sometimes we felt kind of pinholed into being America's party band.
Okay.
You know,
yeah,
sometimes we wanted to cut songs that may have been a little more in depth than just God Bless Texas sideways every song.
Right.
But that was part of it. So.
Did you always have the same band members?
Oh yeah. We only changed one time when Brady left the band.
Oh yeah, Brady went on.
And we brought in Jeff Huskins in '94, and he was there for the rest of the other half of our careers. So.
Vocal harmonies were a big part of that band, huh?
Very much so.
I read that What Might Have Been or Amy's Backing Off can demonstrate your vocals quite a bit.
Oh yeah, both those songs are great. And both ironically are in the key of G. It's a good key. Amy's Back in Austin had that Eagle-esque thing, and What Might Have Been was obviously a song that I think everybody can relate to lyrically. Everybody's got a What Might Have Been in their life, so.
That was the number 1 on CMT, TNN, and VH1.
Yep, and also on Billboard and R&R as well.
Tell us about the time you charted 4 songs featuring 3 different vocalists. 3 different formats at the same time. That was the first in country music.
Yeah, it was a real feat. I don't even think we knew about it. You know, we weren't really looking at it like that. I think our manager told us one day, "Hey guys, this is what you just did." And we were like, "Wow." But Brady had sang a song with My Love.
My Love.
I had I guess what might have been,
Yeah.
and then Dwayne O'Brien had sang "Peaceful Easy Feeling," and so yeah, it was just like all of this stuff was going on. It was wild. But
You
that
had
was one
God
thing
Bless
we,
Texas too out.
yeah, we did as
That
well.
was the fourth song.
Sure.
3 artists. You 3 number ones go back to back. You might have what might have been God Bless Texas and My Love. You had and God Bless Texas. You think God Bless Texas is your signature song?
Oh yeah, without a
Yeah,
doubt.
without a
Sure.
doubt.
I mean, I think a lot of those songs were signature songs for us. I think that's what our niche was making each song a signature song. But without a doubt, God Bless Texas will be the cat daddy of those.
Back in 1994, you were considered young country. Explain young country. Is that it's still does that still exist today, young country?
I think so. You know, it's hard to say. Times have changed in country. I think now it's more just. I think country music's kind of America's music. It's really become more, you know, mainstream. It deals with more topics I think everybody deals with in life a lot more. So I think that's what young country shifted to.
Okay.
We all grew up.
You grew up. Exactly what it is. What mistakes did you make in your first, second, and third album that you didn't make in your last 2 or 3 albums? How did you improve, in other words?
I don't think we made any mistakes.
Okay.
I think what we did probably was evolve. You know, I mean, that's just a part of life, you know, as you grow up. And I think we evolved as a band, learned to get tighter in a lot of ways. I think that our last album, which was our least successful, was the best album we made. And it dealt with some in-depth topics, and it was just a great record, man. I really was very proud of that.
You played for Bill and Hill in the White House, didn't you, or somewhere?
Yeah, we did. We did a thing at the White House with, actually it was in the, we're not Democrats, but we did the Democratic National Convention because they paid us well.
There you go.
And we did that. It was a lot of fun.
How did it feel to be the world ambassador to the great state of Texas?
Pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
Yeah,
That was a
pretty cool.
cool thing. You know, back when you got going, you were the hat act. You guys were the hair act. I read in the paper.
I think we kind of got nabbed as being a hair act because we all had long hair, but that was just a part of what we do, you know.
What are some of your hobbies when you're not on the road? What do you do?
Well, besides hanging out with my wife or my daughter, which is the main part, I like to fly fish a lot. That's my passion, and still get out there and do that quite a bit.
We'll see you next time in Southern Country. Bye-bye.